Hello, hello, Matt.
Hello, Chris. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. I can't see you though.
Right, okay, don't know how to sort that. 1 second. There you go.
You
How's
are?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I can see you. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Well, firstly, mate, thank you for just carving out this time just to jump on this call. It's really appreciated, bud. What basically is, I don't know, did I explain to you? It's, I just want to sort of ask you, really, just really sort of like some questions about where you were before you sort of found the automation, like the program, and then sort of
Yeah.
just that kind of thing. That's
Yeah,
okay.
cool. Yeah.
Cool. So mate, I'll just kind of give you a little bit of an intro. So are you an electrical contractor, Matt?
Yes, well, I started off as a service engineer for a water filtration company.
Okay, yeah.
Just yeah, so I did my apprenticeship with them about 9 years ago. Um, so then started off servicing RO, basic RO plants, water softeners, things like that. Whilst I was with them, I did a HNC, um, electrical engineering, but there was a massive gap then because I was dead interested in the electrical side, but I went because I went down the academic route straight into HNC. Um, I realised that you don't actually learn that much practical, real world electrical stuff. It's all like you do projects. Some of the modules we did was the same as the mechanical lads and girls on the course. So yeah, I just found that I was like desperate to find something in controls and automation because that was something I was interested in. I was looking online. I found like a City and Guilds course, which then just disappeared. And then that's when I stumbled across your Instagram page.
Okay.
And I think this was before you'd set up the academy. And I think I messaged you actually about, do you do any like face to face training, whether you could do like a course, if maybe I could come down to your way and maybe learn that
Yeah.
way. And then out of nowhere, you set up the academy, almost like it was meant to be. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, that for anyone that's watching in the future, that's now control system specialist. Um, well, how long ago was that?
Ooh, I'd say it was 18 months, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it
I
was,
think
wasn't
I
it?
was
Yeah,
one of the original. I think when you were putting
you
out the
were.
test program and what people, I think I was involved in that initially. So
Yeah,
one of the originals, I think.
yeah, one of the OGs, mate. So yeah, so that was like 18 months, 2 years ago, and
Yeah.
you were really just trying to get some hands-on practical
Yeah.
understanding of controls and
Yeah.
automation.
Yeah. I already had like a decent sound knowledge of reading electrical drawings, fault finding in panels, and stuff like that. But I wanted to go down the route of like designing panels, building panels, because it's something that I was generally interested in. But obviously, it's a big step, isn't it? Like fault finding a panel to then sitting down, designing a panel, and having confidence to like to do it basically. And that's when obviously I joined the academy. So I joined, I'd say it like um, obviously could understand electrical drawings and things, but more the practical skills and the other bits that come with it. That was what I was looking for.
Yeah. So did you have somewhere in mind that you were trying to get to in terms of like a position or somewhere in your career or business?
Yeah, I just I want to specialize as a controls and instrumentation engineer really, and then go from there. Which I feel like I'm pretty much doing now since I started the academy. I've probably done about 10 panels.
Have you?
I've done about 10 panels for
Oh,
the company that I work for now. Yeah, some of them effluent systems, RO industrial RO systems. Um, yeah, I've done a little bit of PLC program only on Siemens logo, so it's a bit like
yeah.
a touch into the PLC programming side. But like I say, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. You know what I mean? You've got a long career ahead, so I just want to get a sound knowledge and then go from there.
Yeah. Oh, mate, that's
Mm.
because I we haven't really touched base much, have
Yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah,
So this is like catching up. Like, yeah, I think we touched base maybe a year ago, but oh, that's really good to know.
yeah,
So yeah, so you found the program. you joined that, and so have you stayed within the same company or business then?
Yes. So I've stayed within them. I've just kind of, so the company I was working for used to outsource a lot of their control panels to another company, you see. So
Right.
I'm trying to bridge that gap. Don't get me wrong, there's obviously quite a big company, so there's still some which they do outsource, which is
Yeah.
completely fine. But I've now filled in that void, you see.
Oh,
So I've
brilliant.
got a lot of things in house. So then that's kind of like upselling myself, and obviously reducing their costs because now they've got an in-house controls design engineer.
Yeah.
They're over the moon with, you see. So
That's
um,
really good. That's mate.
yeah.
I love that's obviously I wasn't expecting you to say that. So that's really really. I'm really pleased to hear that. What so what? Tell me what you're actually doing like for this business. What are
Um,
you offering them with your skill set now?
so basically, all the new plant that they produce now, I'll do all the electrical drawings. I'll do all the specifications for it, and then I'll
You're
do
specing them as
then
well.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, and then I'll build the panels, commission them, and then some of the smaller stuff with William Siemens logo, I've done all the programming. So pretty much a one-stop shop at the minute
Yeah.
for them. So it's good. It's busy,
And
but it's good.
well, mate, this is it. Like you will never not be busy when you can
Yeah,
do all of those things.
yeah,
This is the beauty of it. Was that in the water industry, or you said you
yeah.
were in the?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, I'm still in the water. Yeah, so I stuck to like, um, oh sorry, I just got an email there. Yeah, I've stuck in the water filtration industry. So a lot of them are RO plants, effluent systems, wastewater systems like that. You see, so I've kind of stuck in that remit because I've obviously got 9 to 10 years, well, come on to 10 years in the industry now. So it's just been nice and easy really because I've got a lot of experience in there. You see, so and I haven't
Yeah.
had to branch out into other sectors yet really because the demand and the work
Yeah.
is quite high in the water treatment industry.
So you were doing a lot of site work, like service maintenance work, were you before?
Yeah, so I was a service engineer and I was getting a little bit bored of the mundane. I like learning something new all the time,
Mm.
and I was getting a little bit bored of the mundane service work. Do you know what I mean? You go into the same customers, you identify the same faults. They don't spend any money on the kit,
Yeah.
and then do you know what I mean? And you just get in that cycle of you go into customers that don't want to look after the equipment, then you're going to the same faults, and then you just kind of get a bit bored really and a bit stagnant. And then obviously I had a decent understanding of electrical control systems, and then obviously when I joined the course, I've gone to like a really sound understanding now. So I feel like it's the confidence it's given me really more so than anything else because some things you go, oh yeah, I already knew that, or and then you see like, then you go right, okay, now you look at control systems in a completely different way. Always opening panels, taking photos. That's another note that I got off you. And you said
Yeah.
in your early career, you'd take photos, wouldn't you? In any panel, open it, take a photo. That's what I do now. Take a photo. Oh yeah, how have they done that? How have they
Yeah.
wired that? Look at drawings. All right, why have they done that? And then once I started getting that the bug in the control side, I just couldn't face doing any service work anymore. Which sometimes I do have to because I work for a company, and obviously it's a smaller company. Um, I'll always help out and still do bits and bobs where I can. But I'm trying to make myself purely controls and automation now, which fingers crossed will continue that way.
So you're like over the space of say a month, what does your average day or week look like? What sort of things are you actually doing for this business?
So this last month, so we've had two new plants that have just finished. So I've been part of a validation process for a pharmaceutical. We've just put a new RO system in for a pharmaceutical company, so I've been involved in the fat test for that. And part of the fat test is they scrutinise the electrical drawings. So
Factory acceptance
yeah,
test.
yeah, and
Factory acceptance.
because it's for the pharmaceutical industry, it's got to go through a process called validation. So what they say is everything that you've said is everything you've every component you've spec'd is there and it's wired correctly. So I've had someone over my shoulder going through every single component in the panel, checking that that wire goes to where it should do, checking that it's labelled correctly, which is a new thing for me. So obviously, if you used to say to me 18 months ago, you're going to have someone over your shoulder inspecting every cable you've put in a panel, I'd
Yeah.
have freaked out a bit. But now, when you've got the confidence, yeah, it was great. And so, yeah, that's been pretty much this month. I've been away quite twice this month, so that's probably slowed down work this month. But yeah, so I spend most of my time in the main office. Either that's doing electrical designs, pricing up for new work, or continuing with programming, or some panel builds, whichever. So a good
Yeah.
mix, really. Yeah.
So do you feel like you've got the confidence, capability to deliver full projects end to end, from like spec, design, documentation, panel building, testing, programming, then like, potential install and then commissioning on site?
Yeah, I'd say so. I wouldn't, depending on how big the system is, I think it's more confidence for it. I wouldn't want to say I'd do um, like a full design without any help. But in terms of specking, from the getting what the customer requirements are, to designing the panel, to building the panel, to then commissioning the panel, then yeah, 100% definitely confident
Yeah.
in doing that. I just haven't had any experience of the initial phases of pricing it up, other than pricing
Right.
up the whole job, for example, because we're not just like, and you're just providing a panel for someone, aren't you? Whereas we're providing all the equipment and the panel that goes with that equipment.
The
So
field stuff as
yeah, the
well.
field stuff as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That's yeah, man, that makes sense, mate. What
yeah.
do you, has your salary improved with taking on more of this responsibility? Like, you don't have to give me numbers if you don't want, mate, but as in,
Yeah, but I think I've got a bit of an agreement whereby to try and make it work for both parties. I'm trying to get them to further fund further development opportunities, whether that be providing like Siemens like PLC software, which is expensive,
yeah,
any equipment that I need. So then it's kind of like I'm trying to keep the relationship in that respect, that
yeah,
they'll fund, and then I get to myself to a point whereby I can go, right, okay, over the last 2-3 years, this is what I've done. Um, Now it's time that you want rewarding for that. So
yeah. So you're
um,
you're building it up so you
yeah,
can
yeah,
leverage it down the
yeah,
line.
yeah,
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 yeah, fair
yeah,
dues, man.
yeah. And I also I do get a pretty decent salary anyway. So um, yeah, so I'd
Yeah,
rather invest in myself, and then like short term paying for long term gain, I'd say.
yeah, yeah. That's it, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you have any like before? Like there was get my words out. It's a bit early. Need more coffee. Um, when when the program sort of became available and we talked about coming on board, like, did you have any initial concerns, like, completely honestly, mate, like any hesitations, concerns, before jumping on board?
No, not at all. Obviously, I feel like the free content you put out on Instagram is almost worth paying for. So because I'd seen what you'd done, like your little video snippets, even things like marking the isolator panel. Remember that one you put on like
Yeah.
2 years ago? That's like that's something I hate doing. Even to this day, you're still always nervous doing it, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And I was like, and then your free content you put out, little snippets, you think, oh yeah, that's real. Then as soon as I seen that, I was like, I remember it was a bit of a delay between the initial when we spoke, and we did like the group of us that obviously might have give you some info to help you to
yeah,
design the program. There's like a bit of a lag, wasn't there? And I was like chomping at the bit. When's it going to start? When's it going to start? But because I'd seen your Instagram page, your YouTube page, there was no hesitations whatsoever. And that's what I'd say to anyone. Look how good the free content is that you put out. Imagine what you can get as a subscribed member. That's what I'd definitely say to anyone who's looking at it. And obviously, because I come with a bit of experience and a bit of knowledge, the way that the program's laid out, I generally think someone without any knowledge has the potential to get to a competent controls engineer in no time, really, as long as they're willing to put the time and effort in. It's not
yeah.
like
That's it.
it's not like a guaranteed. Oh, you signed this course and then that's it. You're done. No, you signed this course and then you still got to go and put the hours and the time in to do it yourself, haven't you?
Yeah,
So that's the only
that,
thing
that
I'd say to people.
that mate, that's just bang on there. I say to people all the time, like, it's like a gym membership. You're not
Yeah,
going to get that body or lose that weight if you're not going to put in the time. Like, you can invest financially. That's easy. That's just clicking a button. But
yeah,
like, the actual hard work is actually putting in the time and actively learning, like you've just mentioned. Like,
yeah,
that's really what's going to build this skill set.
yeah.
So yeah, it's key. Like how does it feel now you've got that sort of level of confidence in being able to deliver that amount of the project like you mentioned?
Yeah, it's good. It's like yeah, it's like the confidence it gives you. So now I'm doing work that obviously you're really interested in, and that's a massive thing. So when obviously got a bit bored of like servicing like RO plants and DMIN plants and softeners, and I'm now learning something new. It's like there's no Monday morning feeling anymore. Like I'll find myself at home. I'll be on the internet, like reading manuals, doing things just all the time. Anytime you've got any free time, 9 o'clock at night, you'll be like looking at a manual for a new drive you're putting in tomorrow, or you're commissioning, or something like that. So yeah, it's just like there's no Monday morning feelings anymore. I wouldn't say there won't be ever, but at the minute it seems to be like, and like every day's a school day is another thing. So you, because we're working on different equipment, different manufacturers, you're constantly learning all the time. It's like a yeah, constantly learning cycle.
Yeah,
So
mate,
it's good.
I can relate to that. Because I used to be a service engineer like for years
Yeah,
and years, and I'd like so some roles were all right, and there'd be enough there to sort of learn and keep you going for like several years. But then you change roles, and like you're there 6 months and you've learned everything, and
yeah,
like you're bored, and then like a year later you change, and it's the same thing. 6 months you've learned everything. But this, I felt exactly the same with this industry. There's just so much to it, and you can go deep into so many different areas, and
yeah,
just you cannot learn it all. And
yeah,
that's like you say, every day is a school day. Um, yeah, and you just become interested. Like
yeah.
once you build up a certain level of understanding, like reading a new tech manual isn't overwhelming.
No,
It's and you know what you're looking for, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
that's how that works.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, so it's I can relate, mate, totally.
yeah, yeah.
If you had to pick like one thing out of the program, like yeah, that helped you the most, what would you say that was?
I would say it's the like the templates, the parts list. So because I'd obviously have a little bit of knowledge, it was like obviously the parts and hardware list, everything's listed. It's like the time you save with things like that straight away. The practical videos of like marking out the panel, how you did it. It's just things that if you haven't been shown before, like the amount of time you can save, and it's just like you fast
Mm.
track your knowledge. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd say. That's the best thing I think I've got out of the course. Like the parts and hardware lists definitely save me so much time because there's certain components that you might use, and I go and you type them into Google and you can't necessarily find them because you don't because they might be like double layer terminals. Some people call them multi-layer. Some people call them two-layer. Different manufacturers say they're different things. Where it's in the academy in the vault, you've got all sorts of like itemized lists of different components, different templates you can use, different calculators for cable calcs, all that sort of stuff. Where you'd spend hours and hours and hours, wouldn't you, finding
Yeah,
that yourself? And it's all in one place. You just
yeah,
click on the app, there you go, and everything there, it's all in one place.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
that's like six years of resources that I've been using and collecting, sort of, yeah, just all in one place. Thanks for sharing that, mate. Um, so what was your role now, would you say officially?
I'd say I'm the electrical controls engineer for the company I work
Hmm.
for. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I'm still multi-skilled, so obviously, like I said before, I still have to dip into other elements, which I don't mind because, like I say, it's a small company. I've worked there for quite a while now, so I'm always happy to help out. But yeah, I've definitely created my own role there because there wasn't an electrical controls engineer in the company before. They were like using contractors for that sort of thing now, so we're bringing more of that in house. So
Yeah,
hopefully, within the next 2 to 3 years, I can grow that side of the business. And then who knows, maybe I could go. Hopefully, they're not watching the bosses, but I could potentially go on my own and subcontract myself. That I think that is the ultimate goal, to be a specialist in controls myself rather than working for another company.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mate, it's been really nice to catch up with you, Matt. Thank you for
yeah.
your time. Really
Oh, you're
appreciate it,
welcome.
buddy. And yeah, let's keep in contact and let me know how it goes.
Yeah. Cheers, Chris.
All right, mate. Take it
See you, mate.
easy.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Cheers, bud.